Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Today, inshallah, we're diving into a beautiful surah that guides us to seek protection in Allah and teaches us profound lessons about His power and our reliance on Him. Let's walk through each verse together, inshallah, reflect on its meaning, and we will try to uncover the lessons we can apply in our daily lives, inshallah. The first verse, Allah says, قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of mankind. Allah commands us to say, I seek refuge in the Lord of mankind. Okay, the phrase, I seek refuge, is about asking for protection, holding fast to Allah, and trusting Him to shield us. The word Lord here, it means Rabb, refers to Allah as the one who nurtures, cares for, and manages the affairs of all people. Subhanallah. It's an example. It's like a father caring for his household, for example. But on a universal scale, unlike earthly lords who oversee just a few, Allah is the Lord of all mankind. So, what lessons can we take from this verse? First, we learn that Allah is the ultimate caretaker and protector. He is the one who sustains us, guides us, and provides for us. Subhanallah. Okay. Second, this verse reminds us to acknowledge our dependence on Allah's care. Subhanallah. We are not self-sufficient. We need Him. Another key lesson is to regularly turn to Allah for safety and refuge. Saying these words isn't just ritual, it's practice of trust. Yeah. Finally, we should trust Allah's universal control over all creature. No one is outside His care and authority. Okay, let's move to the next verse, where we see another beautiful description of Allah, King of the people, Malik An-Nas. Here Allah is described as the king, or He described Himself as the king of all people. A king commands, forbids, and manages the affairs of his kingdom. Subhanallah. But unlikely the earthly kings who rule over specific countries, for example, or groups, Allah's kingship is absolute. He has complete control over every single person everywhere. If we reflect on this verse, what lessons do we learn when Allah says, the king of the people? Allah has complete authority over everyone. No one can escape His command. We should recognize Allah as the ultimate controller of all human affairs. Everything happens by His will. Another lesson, unlike the earthly rulers whose power is limited, Allah's power is absolute. He is not bound by time, place, or number, nothing. Okay, let's now explore the next attribute of Allah in the third verse. Allah said, Ilahi Nas, God of the people. Okay, the previous verse, King of the people. Here, God of the people. Subhanallah, some people they think this is just repetition, but in this verse, Allah is called the God of the people, the one who is worshipped, sanctified, and honored. The word Allah with the definite article makes it clear. He is the only true God, known to Muslims as solely worthy of worship, unlike earthly gods, which are few and limited. Allah's divinity encompasses all of humanity. So, what lessons can we draw from this verse? Each attribute, Lord, King, God, as Allah mentioned in the different verses, shows a wider level of authority, subhanallah, and influence. Allah is not just a caretaker or ruler, He is a divine being above all the creatures. is a sole deity who has directly claimed divinity of humanity. No one else deserves worship. So we should glorify Allah by recognizing Him as Lord, King, and God. These names remind us of His unmatched greatness. Subhanallah. Now, let's shift to the next verse, where the focus moves to seeking refuge from harm. When Allah Almighty said, مِن شَرِّ الْوَسْوَاسِ الْخَنَّاسِ. Here, the surah turns to what we seek refuge from, the evil of the retreating whisper. The word waswas refers to a hidden, low voice that creeps into your mind, causing doubts, fears, or bad decisions. The whisperer, whether human or jinn, hides and flees when good is mentioned, like Satan runs when we remember Allah's name. A hadith from Abdullah ibn Abbas, authentic by standards of Bukhari and Muslim, confirms this. Every person faces these whispers, but remembering Allah makes them retreat. Subhanallah. Let's pause and reflect on the lessons here. Lesson number 1. We seek refuge in Allah because only He can protect us from hidden harm. No one else has that power. Subhanallah. Whispers can quietly destroy our decisions and actions if we're not careful. So we have to seek Allah's protection from them. This verse also teaches us that Satan flees when Allah is remembered. So remembrance is our protection. Another very important lesson. Hope and trust in Allah must be stronger than fear, because fear comes from whispers, from Satan's, but trust comes from faith. Finally, we must stay alert and aware of the thoughts entering our minds. This is very, very, very good point. Subhanallah. Not every thought is harmless. I like this point a lot, but however, let's move forward to see how these whispers work in the next verse. When Allah Almighty said, الَّذِي يُوَسْوِسُ فِي صُدُورِ النَّاسِ. This verse describes the whisperer further. The word sudur, meaning chests, points to the heart, the place where these evil whispers take root. These subtle voices slip into our minds and souls, and if we act on them, they can shape our actions, decisions, and even our words. Every one of us faces these whispers, but as Ibn Abbas said, when we remember Allah, they subside. But if we forget to remember Allah, they creep back in. This is according to the hadith. So what lessons stand out here? The chest is where the heart lies, and that is where whispers center. Our hearts are vulnerable, so we have to take care. Okay? Then, whispers are subtle, but they can influence our behavior if we respond to them. It's like a seed that grows if we water it. It's a very important point. Subhanallah. Also, this verse taught us every person faces this whisper inside. No one is immune. So, remembering Allah is a way to fight these whispers. It's our shield and strength. Okay, let's wrap up with the final verse, which tells us who these whispers might be. And this is the last verse in the whole Quran. مِنَ الْجِنَّةِ وَالنَّاسِ. This verse clarified that the whisperers aren't just jinn, those invisible creatures created from fire, but also humans. Yes, humans. And here in this verse, we ask Allah to protect us from both of them. This is the last verse of the Quran, subhanallah. Jinn hide in darkness and can be aggressive, yes. But humans too can spread harmful whisperers through words, bad advice, or influence. both target our hearts, trying to lead us astray. So we have to take care. If we delve deeper into this verse, here are the lessons we learn. Some humans whisper harm with their words, advice, or influence. We've all met people who plant doubts or negativity. This is true. So we need Allah's help against all evil, whether it's seen or unseen. Jinn and humans can both cause harm. Okay? Protecting the heart is essential. It's the whisper's main target. Our hearts guide our actions, so we must guard them. Constant remembrance of Allah is the strongest shield against obsessive thoughts. It's our daily defense. So, as we wrap up, this surah is a powerful reminder to seek refuge in Allah, the Lord, King, and God of all people. He alone can protect us from the hidden whispers that try to pull us away from Him, whether they come from jinn or humans. By remembering Allah and trusting in His care, we shield our hearts and stay grounded in faith. Let's make it a habit to stay these words, reflect on their lessons, and live them in our daily lives. Thank you for joining me in this reflection. May Allah guide us and protect us always. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.